I don't think it's often the cause. I don't think many people have affairs that are in great marriages. I think more often what happens is people are in bad marriages and they stick with it. They say, I promise my family, I promise God, I promise my kids I'd stay married. They stay in it, and then one day they realize they could be happy with somebody else. They meet somebody else, and that gives them the courage or the strength to say, you know what? Now I'm going to act on the fact that I'm unhappy. And it's a crutch. Maybe a better word than symptom is a crutch. Nobody wants to be alone, right? Very few people want to be alone. So do I hate her or him so much that I just want to be alone? Some people say yes, but most people would say, I'd rather stay in this marriage. And then they see, oh my God, I could be with him or her and be happy. I'm going to get a divorce. And so then they have that affair, which causes the divorce, or is the last straw in the divorce, or is the symptom. But I don't typically see that somebody is very, very happy and they say, oh, I'm going to go out and have sex with somebody else, and because of that, I get a divorce. There's usually something pretty bad wrong with the marriage before adultery comes into play, in my experience.
Is infidelity more of a cause of divorce or a symptom? I'd say it's usually more of a cause of divorce. Yeah, more than the symptom.
Infidelity is never a cause of divorce. It is always a symptom. It will sometimes look like a cause because it can be the last domino, the straw that breaks the camel's back. But happily married couples are not engaging in infidelity other than consensually, and that's outside my pay grade. But it's always a symptom that something else is wrong in the marriage. So when people come in and say we're divorcing because of the infidelity, say no, the marriage has failed for whatever reason. The infidelity is a symptom.
If I understand the question correctly, is infidelity symptomatic of a bad marriage, or does it break up the marriage? In my opinion, the greatest cause of divorce is the grass is greener. People get bored and they think they'll find happiness with somebody else. So it's a little bit of both. I can't really answer the question directly.
It may be a symptom of an insecure person who just can't take yes for an answer, who can't be confident in the fact that they have found somebody that cares about them and is committed to them, but they can't return that commitment because they're so insecure, or whether it's a symptom of a damaged relationship and the dynamics of how one and another care for one another. But it's definitely symptomatic of an underlying issue. And interestingly, I worked for a number of years as a United Methodist minister and then became an attorney. And I found infidelity to be one of those things that would traumatize a relationship, but was more recoverable than dishonesty when it came to finances and many other issues in which the basic trust and communication is totally shattered. This is especially true if the infidelity is episodic. A moment in time, ships passing in the night. Most people can understand how you can get caught up in a moment. And frankly, the partners tend to blame the partner of the person who breached as opposed to the person who breached. It's easy to lay that just off on too handsome of a fellow or too sexy of a lady and to go on. It's the out of control addictive behavior that really gets people.
In terms of the age-old debate of whether infidelity is a cause or a symptom of divorce, I think it's a trap question, right? Because it assumes information that's not in the question. More particularly, it can be both, or it could be neither. I mean, you never know exactly which is which. Now, in my experience of seeing clients come in the door, it's going to be the last straw quite often. But it's also usually the first infidelity is not at issue. It's usually either second or third by the time they get to my office. Because I think the biggest misconception is that people file for divorce on a whim. They don't. They don't. They're very serious. They thought about it for a long time. And infidelity can be both, and often is, symptom and cause.